Hello. This is Dorothy in the Done by Dorothy Studios, and we are working on our Purple Paper Passion Altered File Folder Lapbook journal, junk journal. So, long name, I know. So I wanted to do a video just to sort of bring you up to where we are at, because in doing some things changed. So I sort of wanted to walk through what all we have. So we have the front cover, the back cover. I haven't done anything with those yet. In the front big pocket, I did sew around my things. I have not added my ribbons or anything like that, because I want to wait till it's completely done to do a lot of the heavy embellishing, because I don't want to bulk it up too big. So this is just a rectangle card for right now, and I decided to leave it a rectangle card, and then I'll put a topper on it. And we have our insert, a journaling card insert. And this is, again, our Mod Podge napkin, which you will see all through here because I absolutely love it. There's our envelope, which is also in there. And then within here, I have the journaling card insert that's in there. And then I took that offcut piece of the purple dyed paper we had, and I just sewed around the edges. And then we have some of the ephemera I haven't cut out or whatever. So we may put like maybe a ribbon off the top or something like that when we start to embellish. So that goes in the front pocket. Okay, so we have that. So let's slide that back in there. So our big envelope, our large journaling card, and our tall tag is all tucked in there. So I mean that leaves a nice layered look. Towards the end, I will show you sort of what I'm planning for the cover, which is going to start into our Lapbook section, the beginning of the Lapbook part, and then we'll build from there. So ideally on the inside, I want to put one of the envelope pockets we created, and it's got the tags in there that we did. So it's sort of already stuffed, ready to go, just needs to be glued down, although we will have other things here. So that's why it's just sort of a placeholder in that area. Let me take this out of the way. And then we have our back pocket, which has our journaling booklet. And I haven't decided yet, but I may put some papers in here and just sort of create like a mini journal inside. And then it's got one of the printed background pages on the inside that you could just use for journaling. Just because I love this page with the lavender on it. I think it's so pretty. So I decided to use it in there. So there is that stuffed in there. If I can get back in there. Okay. And that'll go somewhere on the back when we get all of that figured out. Then the back, of course, has our file folder pocket. I've not put anything in there. And I've not put anything in this side pocket. We do have all the ephemera that came with the kit. So we've got, I may move things around because we have these 3 tags. We have all of these pieces of ephemera. We have the bingo cards. We have the big, what I call the peekaboo tags, because you cut this out and you can see whatever is behind it. We also have these tall tags with the labels. We've got the big flags, the small flags, the tickets to decorate. We've got the faux washi strip and the calendars. And then, of course, we have all of the background pages that we printed. So, yeah, all of these will be backed, and I will sew around the edges of all of these. So that'll give us lots of things to stuff and our pockets and tucks and flips and all of that. So that's why I haven't worried too much about here, because actually, probably before the next video, I will cut all these out, put my purple paper on the background, and then sew around the edges. So those will be done. So we'll have all of this ephemera that will. So I'm going to set this to the side. Then for our journal part, what I did, let me pull this page off. And what I did, and it's not even because I didn't want it even. I love the look of like what I call sort of like, the peekaboo page out the side. I don't know if you can see where you can see the little strip of purple up the side. I just like how that sort of sticks out on the edge and makes everything look differently. So what I did was take one of my base. I took all of the background pages that had pictures. Now, the ones that like are what I call the more plain ones, just the background images that don't have like, well, that's got lavender on it, but it doesn't have per se a point of interest on it. Like to me, these have points of interest. Any of the ones that had those, like this has the tickets, but it's got the picture on the back of it. The one that had the perfume bottle, the butterflies. Let's see. That has the dreamer tag in it. All of those, and I believe there was 5 of them. I adhered. I didn't even glue it. I laid my purple page underneath of it and then just ran it through my sewing machine and attached it by sewing the edges. So I did not glue or anything, which I sort of like because you get the separation of the papers. So it makes it feel almost like, I don't want to say like almost like velvety feeling because you can feel the pages rubbing against each other. And I love that. It's almost more of like a wallpaper type feel versus a paper feel. So that is what I did with those. So all 5 of these pages I sewed around the edges. Then I had an old herb book and I coffee dyed. It was almost like on magazine paper. So I coffee dyed it. And then I coffee dyed it and let it dry. Then went back through and splattered coffee spots on it to create that sort of like the old, these big bloppy spots. Then I have in between each of the sewn pages, I have just a blank dyed journaling page. So then there's another one of the sewn ones. I have this in here that's going to go on this side, at one of the dyed glassine bags. So I know I want to put it there because that just breaks up the monotony. And then I have my envelope that, remember, I have not done the center yet, which I can do real fast while we're here. And what I like to do if I'm going to do an envelope in the center is I cut it up the center on the fold line. Okay, then I come in and just sort of do an angled cut, just to sort of cut a triangle out so it doesn't bulk up in the seams. And that's just enough to create little flaps. You're not going to really see this with it in here. It's going to flip open and up, and then I've got that little tag in there for now. Okay, then we have the perfume bottle page. And then this is a ledger sheet, and I've kept the whole entire wide ledger book page because like when it opens up, it's pretty wide. But I wanted sort of that extension page, sort of, because, with the flip book, you have all those extension pages and things that flip and flap open. So I'm going to leave this for journaling, and then we will decorate and embellish the front, and even maybe over here. We have another dyed page, the butterfly page. Here's another one of those pages that I coffee dyed and splotched. And I love how the splotches turned out. I mean, they just aged very well. And I did that with, was that coffee or tea? That was coffee dyed. With baking soda in it to settle the alkaline. And then there's another one of those pages. And this one just happens to have text, which I'm going to decorate. But I pulled all the ones that I had that had, not all the ones, but I pulled ones with purple flowers that I thought. And I thought this went really well because this page, I mean, if you look at that, the little leaves are almost the same. So I thought that was a good fit. And then, of course, there's that page. And then we have our folder in the middle. So with this, and there's another bag on that side. There's the other side of that. Then this is our envelope, and there's another tag tucked in there. And our dyed pages. I did go ahead and put the belly band in on that page. And then we'll decorate. There's another of the coffee dyed herb pages. And then the final sewn one. So we end up with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there's 44 back and side pages, not counting envelopes and bags. But that counts the extra pages. Or there's 18 between the digital pages and the coffee dyed pages. So there's 13. No, that's wrong. You guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. So there's 52 pages altogether, but 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there's 26 actual like dyed pages that you could write on. That's not counting the digitals. So that gives you lots of journaling room, and we've still got all the tags and tucks and all of that stuff to put in there. So that adds a little bit of bulk into it. So that is going to be the journal that goes on the inside. And like I said, there's still going to be a lot of tucks and tags, and there'll be a lot of journaling space in this little journal. I like sort of keeping them where they're at because it keeps track. It helps me keep track of exactly what I'm doing. So I keep it there to remind me. So that's the journaling part. Then on the front, I know I want to do like a flippy, expandy type thing. So I have this little pile, and this is going to look crazy because none of it's decorated. But it's actually going to go on the front. So you're going to have a nice little topper on it. And it's going to actually attach. Let me pull this off. Okay. So, I mean, obviously I have not glued this down yet because I'm still working with it, but this will be here, and this will be, and these will be decorated. This will flip out, right? Okay. Then this one will flip this way. Then this one flips this way, right? Then this will open up. So this will lay down here. Okay. Then this flips this way. This will be decorated and have the bag on it. Okay. Then this will close back up. This will fold. Of course, this will all be there. Let me pick it up and put it on here. This will all be stacked here. All right. Okay. And then this envelope will flip this way. And you'll have your CD envelope decoration. And you'll have a pocket here and a pocket behind here. And then the decorated cover. So ideally, this is the flip that I want, the topper I want to put on the front, which I know has a lot of crazy flips and all of that. But I think it'll be really neat. Because a lot of times we just decorate the front, layer some papers on it, collage it, throw some lace, throw flowers, whatever we want. But I think really putting the little topper on the front will, add a little bit. It'll add a lot of space to it, especially journaling, because each one of these will be decorated to the front or back. One will be decorated. The other side will be for journaling. So like this sheet is light enough that, like, say if I put it back here, if I cut it and put it back here on this one, and this is here, see how awesome that's going to look? You could still journal on this very easily. But I want the journaling spots to be on the inside. So if you do journal, then at least, if it's something you want to keep hidden, not where if somebody just glances down and you're in public that they can see your journaling, because you may not want that. So yeah, pretty anxious to see it all come together. So that's what this is doing. So this will be the topper that goes on the top. But I wanted to do a flip through and sort of just bring you up to, you know, where we're at. Because I know I had, you know, between doing the topper and putting the envelopes together. Of course, we did that pretty much in the other video, except for the sewing. But putting the actual journal together. And then we'll get the journal sewn in. That'll be the last thing that we do after we decorate. So we have, you know, the base things. Obviously, I'm going to start with my cover and decorate it first. And then we still have, you know, all of our decorations that we're going to do in here and all our clusters and embellishments and all of that wonderful embellishing part that we're going to do. So I think, you know, that will be a lot of fun. And we have all our like little calendars and stuff. And some of these I'll probably sew around, and then I will just stencil on the back just to sort of cover it up. Because I love these little calendars. So I think they look really good. And we have flags, so we can use some of the flags on the pages. And they'll stand out. I mean, there's just quite a bit of things that we can do. Of course, we have these we can cut out and then punch your hole and put your grommets in. We have the labels that we could use. So we'll see with that. Like this one, I would love to turn into an altered paperclip because I just think this is so cute. Intux, our bingo card. And again, a couple of these, like this, would be really cute as an altered paperclip, and that one. I like the small things for like that. Then these can just be journaling cards. And then, of course, we have our, tags. Sorry, guys. Our shaped tags that we can cut out and use. So I may keep this one out, though, and not use as a paperclip. I don't know. I may use both of these because we have our glassine bags to decorate, and I think both of these will look really, really pretty on there. So that is what we are going to be doing in the next several videos, just to bring you up to speed, because I know there's so much, you know, that it becomes overwhelming. I just wanted to walk through, you know, what I did as far as putting the journal together. I didn't want to just, you know, show up on video and it be here and you'd be like, oh my gosh, what in the world you do? But right now with my camera set up, I'm in the process of getting a secondary camera, so I will be able to shoot my sewing machine. So like when I sew things, you know, or we're doing that you'll be able to see that. So we are working on that. And, you know, we have our folder here. We'll decorate it up. It's came unglued. I have to sew it still. That is one thing I forgot to sew. So I'm setting it to the side so I can remember I meant to sew that. Everything else I think is sewn, except for the envelopes, the glassine bags, and like these parts like this. But I may go through and just, you know, hit that with the sewing machine just because I think it adds more strength to it. So that is it. That will bring us up to date on this. We will be back again with our next video, and I will have my folder sewn, and I am going to go ahead and sew my journal together. I'm actually going to double sew this one because I think it's easier to do that way, especially when you're going through like a file folder where it's really thick. So I will sew my journal together and then we'll sew it in. So that'll make it nice. And then we still have all of our stuff to do up in here. And we have, you know, all of our cardstock that we can use for flips and tucks and all of that wonderful extra pockets and all that stuff that you do in a Lapbook. So we will be adding all of that. So you guys have a great day. We will be back again with you to share with you when the next video comes out. So stay safe, stay healthy, and happy crafting. We will see you again next time, and have a great day. Bye now.